wouldn't let me either, man. I look like I'm going through something, you know? So it's always good to see how our facial expressions are working. You know, check a side mirror halfway through the day. Oh, maybe that's why I'm not getting it. I'm smiling like this. And my eyes like twitching because it brings me rocks for that day. You know, so the key if you're going to drink rock stars, canvas with a bottle of water. If you're putting a lot of acid in your body, you got to do something to flush it out. Otherwise, you're going to crash really, really hard. You know? Anyone who's ever seen me canvassing, you know, I always have a bottle of water. No matter, even if I just chugged a bottle of water, I'm drinking another bottle of water. You got to drink a lot of water. Eye contact, because that builds trust. Put that down. That will make and break you actually get in houses. Put a star around that one. Eye contact builds trust. Right? Because if someone opens the door and I'm like, hi, how you doing? I'm Ryan, nice to meet you. And I'm like looking all around the place. They're thinking like, what's this guy on? You know, if it's a little lady that opens up the door, and I'm like a guy, I'm like 6'1", right? So if a little lady opens up the door and I'm not giving her eye contact and I'm looking everywhere around her, is she going to trust me? No. No, she's going to be sitting there like, wait, what's going on? I don't trust this person. Right? And especially if you not give a lady eye contact at the door, she's like, oh, you're shaking my butt. You know, so you want to give them eye contact because that makes them feel comfortable, yes. Really good eye contact. You want to pick one eye and you want to lock on it the whole conversation. Right? You don't want to like, jump eyes like this, look behind them, because you want to build some trust. How do we build trust? By giving them
eye contact.
Eye contact. That is huge, right? I used to knock doors and go down through this list in my head. Okay, did I smile? Did I give them eye contact? Oh, you know what? I broke eye contact 4 times. Maybe that's why they didn't trust me quite enough. You know, so this is huge right here. Have this list here. Hand them the premium. Do we have a flyer? Oh, God. Everyone repeat after me. Hi. Hi. How you doing?
How you doing?
My name is.
My name is.
You the man of the house?
The man of the house.
Great. This is for you.
Great. This is for you.
Man, how do I get the flyer in their hand when the door shuts? Stick it out there. Right? The best way to get there's 4 words to get the flyer in their hand. This is for you. Everyone stick out their hand and go, this is for you.
This is for you.
This is for you.
This is for you.
And we want to hold it there until what?
Grab it.
Grab it. That's the key. Because sometimes we're like, this is for you. Take it back real quick, right? We want to hold it out there until they
grab it.
Grab it. And smile. Okay? Because if I'm smiling and I'm handing them a flyer, guess what? They're like, oh man, maybe I got to grab it. Okay, maybe he wants me to grab it. Okay, I'll grab it. Because 90% of communication is not really what you say, it's body language. Body language is each other. Smiling, eye contact, putting the flyer up, making them grab it. So if I go like this, hi, how you doing? My name's Ryan. This is for you. We're cleaning carpets for you and all the neighbors, so no charge. No. Yeah. They feel so easy to say no. And the reason why, because I'm not getting off the body language it's hard to say no to. Does that make sense? Because if I'm not smiling, it's easy for someone to be rude. Right? Someone walked in our office and he was like selling office supplies. And he just, right when he walked in, he just talked about what he was doing. Right? He was just talking about, oh wow, you guys have an office here. Yeah. He didn't introduce himself or nothing, right? And I said, just get out of here. It was so easy to be mean to someone that doesn't give off the right body language, doesn't introduce themselves. Does that make sense? He wasn't really smiling when he started talking about what he was there for. Okay? So can we also make a friend at the door, yes? Yes. Yeah, I remember one time I was knocking doors, and it was in Santa Cruz in this, what's it called, mobile home park, and this guy had a thing right there. It was a swing. And I was like, he's got a swing at his front door, you know? So I'm like sitting there staring at it, and he opens the door, and I'm like, what is this? And then we started talking about the swing because his son was like disabled, mentally disabled, and he had to put him in there to calm him down. So that was the opener. In other words, my presence was not there just like, hey, check it out, we're cleaning carpets, let me do it. I was making a what first? A friend. You gotta have good openers. You know, figure out a way to start a conversation that has nothing to do with what we're doing first. It could be a little bitch. It could be their car. It could be their garden. Okay? And I want to put the flyer in there. Pan. Know your pitch. That is huge. Okay, we're going to write one down in a little bit. We want to know our pitch. That way it's the same thing every single time. It's the same thing every single time. And what's word for word? Word for word. Kirby, apple, apple, orange, orange. Right? So anytime we word a pitch, it's always word for word. Anyone that's ever knocked with me, I say the same thing over and over every single time. I sound like a broken record. Because that's what makes canvassing easy. Does that make sense? I don't have to create anything. All I have to do is know my pitch and copy it. Okay? Excitement. I want to have some kind of excitement in the room. Okay? And everyone has different levels of excitement. Sometimes mine's like really high. Depends on my caffeine intake that day. But if it's really, really high and the customer's kind of mellow, guess what's going to happen? I'm not going to mimic them. So I want to be able to copy the customer, right? I want to have some kind of excitement. I don't want to be like, hey, how's it going? Yeah! And they're like, someone told me I got excited when I first started, and I thought I was at a rock concert, and then I freaked people out, and I figured I got to take a deep breath and calm down. So you know, there's two ways to pitch. You can also, there's some people that are like mellow, and you can also pitch just like that too. So let me take a deep breath and calm down for a second. And then I can pitch a door relaxed. Hi, how's it going? Good, everybody. Nice to meet you. Are you the man of the house? Great, this is for you. Don't worry, you don't have to buy anything. We're just doing a promotion with you and all the neighbors, where the company's paying us to come in and clean 5 rugs, 2 sofas, so we can do a whole new carpet at no charge. The cool part is, guys, in about 30 minutes, and you can walk out as soon as we're done. We're doing about 7 of your neighbors right now, and everyone's doing it because it's free. But what do you have more? Carpets, rugs, or sofas? Great, let's take a look. And anytime I'm like, man, what is my pitch? What do I say? How do I get in the houses? I just go, I just got to follow back on what I used to say. Because I've had that happen when I knocked doors yesterday with Tyler, and I was like, oh great, dude, I haven't knocked doors. I'm like, wait, hope I still got it. And I was like, oh yeah, just remember the script. Smile, eye contact, and we always follow upon the basics, which always gets me in houses. Okay? Assume. That is the most powerful technique you can ever use in Kirby. Because if we ask a yes or no question in sales, 9 times out of 10 we always get a no. Can I clean it? No. No? Come on. No. Please? No. Let me just do that. No. Let me just vacuum for you. No. Come on. No. Let me wash your windows. No. Right? So the key in sales is never ask a question that they can say no to. The key is ask a question that we can get in the house to. Okay? Because break this down. The demo is 10 times easier to set up inside the house than it is outside the house. Because outside the house, can I see the carpet? No. Outside the house, they have what? All hardwood floors. When they're standing on carpet, right? Outside, we can't see anything that they have. So we want to do what? Get inside the now. We want to do what, guys? Get inside the
house. Now.
Money. Okay, let's start again. We want to get inside the
house.
When?
Now.
Buy.
Money.
Money is a friend of mine.
Money is a friend of mine.
I can make it anytime.
I can make it
I
anytime.
can make it every day. I can really make it big.
I can really make it big.
Okay, so let's. Oh yeah, you want to make sure you smile. Don't smile. We should be smiling ear to ear. If you got one, two, show it. Yeah? Eye contact. Without eye contact, the whole mood of images change. Right? If you ever look at a picture, they're not looking at the camera. It changes the mood of everything. Right? And there's a, God, where's this one book I read? It's Get Anyone to Do Anything by David Lieberman and Never Be Lied to Again. That book actually taught me how to canvas as well. Because it's talking about how to get someone to like you instantly. Right? Eye contact. They actually put, if you look in someone's eyes temporarily for a few moments, you can actually temporarily fall in love. You ever look at someone's eyes and go, ooh. Eye contact is huge, you know? It's the best thing. And you want to be able to sell a customer, you got to be doing them what? Giving them eye contact. Okay? Hand them premium. This is for you. When they hand it, and if they try to hand it back, if I hand them the flyer, and if he tries to hand it back, take a step back and smile and keep talking. Because as long as the flyer's in their hand, guess what they have to do? They have to listen to me. Right? So just keep the flyer in their hand. They hand it back, just take a step back and keep talking. And as long as you're smiling, it's very, very hard for them to be what? Rude. It's very hard to be them to be rude. So, as long as you get that smile going. Know your pitch. Go ahead and write this down.